accountable for yourself, be accountable for your business, take your business seriously. I know we call it a small business, but please stop slacking in it. Okay, my name is Rachel Omasa, and today I'll be sharing with you my experience employing staff, what I've experienced, and I'll also be sharing with you things you should not do, okay, and things you should do in this video. So let's go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have lots of gist for you. A little background story on the type of business I do. As most of you would know, and if you don't know, that means you're new here, so welcome. First things first, I run a food business in Abuja, Nigeria. And we all know that food business is quite challenging, right? But nobody would ever prepare you for the amount of challenge that will come with employing new people. And I did not know what I was in for until I got it. So, sometime in 2022 or 2023, I was literally dying because running a food business that is based online comes with a lot of things. I had to be the one showing up in the kitchen. I had to be the one replying messages. I had to be the one cleaning up. I had to be the one creating content. It is just a lot for one person. No matter how hardworking you think you are or can be, that is just too much for one person. And I realized this and decided to employ my very first staff. So I employed my first staff, and at the point where I employed my first staff, I did not have so much I was doing. Like the orders were coming in, but not rapidly. So I would go days without having anything to sell and stuff. So when she first started working for me, my first staff was a sweet soul. I would not even lie. Like she was like a sister to me. And I think that had its upside and its downside too. So the first thing I'm going to say is that if you're currently running a small business, whether a food business or any kind of business, the first thing you should put into place for your business is actually structure. If your business don't have structure, anybody you employ will be structureless, and implementing structure while already having staff is one thing you do not want to go into. Trust me, I learned from experience. So when I first employed my staff, there was really no job description. It was just a thing of assist me, do this, do that. And when she first started working, everything was going smooth. We worked, and there were days she would just sit to watch TV and we'll just vibe. So going down the line, things got busier. The business picked up because now I had more time to do other things rather than just focusing on every other aspect of the business, because there was someone here helping me clean up, helping me go to market, helping me cut veggies and stuff, and that cut out a whole lot of time. Trust me, hiring someone helps for real, but knowing the right way to do it matters more than hiring someone. So while she first started working with me, like I said earlier, there wasn't much to do. So there were a few days she would go without work. And because I work from home and my house, cleaning my house became a part of her job indirectly, because I do this. She doesn't like feeling like she's just sitting down doing nothing. And because she started doing these things along the line, I started expecting these things from her. Where I fucked up as a boss was I did not take into consideration when the business started growing that the workload was getting too much for her. So one day she just never showed up. So imagine working for someone for the past 9, 10 months, and you're so dependent on this person because you have time for yourself now. So all the things the person took away from you, you don't even see it as your responsibility anymore. I was so lost. Like it just happened. There were no heads up, there were no guidelines. I thought this person was my family. And even the way I reacted after she stopped was dramatic as hell. Like it was super dramatic. Simply because I was so pained, I was so hurt that I felt like we were siblings. How couldn't you tell me that, oh wow, this work is becoming too much or something? Over time, as time passed and I kept thinking about that same experience and how it happened, I just felt like I could have done a lot more on my part as the employer and not expect her to tell me when these things are too much. Nobody is going to take your business as seriously as you are going to take it. no matter how you want to put it, no matter how you want to say it, nobody would ever take your business as serious as you would put it. And do not even expect any of your staff to treat your business like their own. But that was what I did, expecting from her. I gave her so much responsibility without even knowing what I was doing, because as much as there were some free days, the workload increased on the days that were busy. And she was just one person doing a lot of things. You may think that you're the nicest person in the room, but the way you handle your staff is totally different from the way you handle outside people. Because trust me, your staff will test and try you. But over the time and over working with so many different people, I have come to understand control and to understand myself better. From the time I started employing people till now, my first staff has still been one of the best people I've ever worked with. Somehow, I still wish I could bring her to work with me again, knowing what I know now. So, if you're a new business owner and you're looking into employing things, here are 5 things that I would really advise you look into that are easily overlooked when employing a staff. So, if you're a new business owner, what I would advise is take time out to screen the people you're going to be employing, and do not pick people based on who you feel you can intimidate. Pick people based on how hardworking they are and how self developed they want to be, or how their own personal goals. I always encourage to employ people that love what you do. For me, a food business is very peculiar. So if you do not have a likeness for cooking, you may find it difficult working in a kitchen or being interested in learning new things. So employing someone that has little to no interest in food business would be a waste of both my time and the person's time, because food business is demanding. It is not like buying and selling where you say you're just selling a commodity to get profit. This is craft. Like, you need to cook food, you need to make sure the taste is on point, you need to make sure to get that same type of taste the next day too. So a lot comes into it, and if you run a business similar to mine, you need to be very, very particular with who you want to employ. Now, I've been employing people for the past 2 years, and I still do not have anybody that is strong-handed enough to say that I can leave my business and go for a few weeks and not be bothered. In fact, I can't even leave my business for 2 days and not be bothered. That is how terrible I have been at employing people. Okay, and it's not my fault. Like, it's not wholly my fault. I think I am limited by a lot of things. One is I do not have an accommodation provision for a staff, so that plays a very, very huge role in employing someone. If you have an accommodation plan, that's perfect. It works like a dream. But if you don't, you have to find ways to lock people in. If not, these people, they are going to wake up one day and not show up. It may even be the day you need them the most, and I'm telling you that nobody would come. Once you're ready to employ people, please get a structured business. This would also help you get a clear job description of what that person is coming to do, so that you're not wasting money paying people just to come and mope around or not even know what they are doing. Have a role for each staff you want, and let them also know explicitly what their job description is. That way, even when there is a problem, you easily know how to handle it, because you know, oh, this is your responsibility, this is not your responsibility. Especially if you're going to be employing more than one person, you really, 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 hey, you really, really, really need to get clear job descriptions of what these people are going to be doing for you. There was a time I had more than 2 people working for me at once, and I'm telling you that because of the lack of job description, they all were just slacking at each other. Everybody is doing eye service. Everybody's looking at this person. Oh, are you going to do this work, or am I going to do it? Are you waiting for me to do it? These are people that I'm paying my hard-earned cash, and they are doing tumbo. Who would do the work and who won't do it? So have a very, very clear job description of what you're going to be allocating to people, okay, so that you know anything outside that would be an extra. Another thing I would say you really need as a small business looking to employ new people is set of boundaries. This is especially for people who work at home. Do not get too relaxed that after all, this is your house, your staff will be around your sitting down with your legs spread out, watching TV when you know these are working hours? What type of example are you setting for your employee? Do you get? To your employee, you are like an advanced, a senior colleague. So be a senior colleague to your employee. The moment you decide to employ someone while working from home, start treating your office, your home, like an office. Okay? Put up boundaries both for yourself and your staff that will protect both of you from seeing each other finish. So that this would help your professional relationship more, because at the end of the day, no matter how much you want to say, oh, I'm employing this person, I'm paying the person salary, the person is still human, and humans tend to act in a very, very funny way. You show someone too much of your life and they would have that as a leverage over you. You show too little and you get the result. So put in place, your work should not be the same with your homework. Okay? If you have dishes in your sink and you're employing someone to be like a visual assistant for you, I do not see a reason why that person should be washing your dishes in your house. If you're employing a social media handler for you and the person will probably be coming to your house to do that, I do not see why you're telling that person to fold your clothes or your laundry for you. So understand proper boundaries between you and your staff. Like, create it before employing a staff. Do not go in with the flow. Going in with the flow would again lead you to a structureless business, a structureless relationship, rather, employee-employers relationship. And what type of boss you also want to become. You can use other people, your mentors or people you admire, just to see, okay, so that you know how much of your arm you're willing to give your staff, so that it's not the day they insult you, you start doing, oh, okay, now I need to stab Ray. They are not your siblings. Do not treat your staff like your siblings. These are strangers to you, okay? Be kind and polite to your staff and they would do the same, reciprocate the same thing to you. But do not overdo it. Do not overdo it, because employee heartbreak is real. I'm not joking. Like, employees heartbreak is real. Like, you will feel shattered and you would not even want to employ someone else, but your business has to move. So you always have to be trapped here, not here. You can't be relying on your heart when making business decisions. You have to rely on your head. So it's the same thing for employing people. Rely on your head, not your heart. Don't go with, oh, this person looks like they have a good vibe. My dear, go with who your brain is telling you this person will work. So guys, all these things are things I have come to observe over the years while employing different people, being even me myself, I have been a different boss to so many different people, a different type of boss, until this is the person that resonates with me now. And now I handle my business in a more coordinated way. Everybody has a clear job description of what they are doing. I mean, they can do other things outside their job description, and that's totally okay. But the most important thing is knowing that this role belongs to this person and this role belongs to this person. They do not intertwine and they do not mix. Remember, create strong business structures. Understand what your job descriptions will be for people. Tell it to them like a layman, because people don't even understand and they don't even read. Even if you say you want to do business contract, they won't read it. So explain their job description to them. Make them learn and understand your own pattern of doing the work, so that it doesn't become a fighting banter word between both of you. Okay. The next one I talked about is be emotionally ready to employ a staff. Stay in your head, not your heart. Do not give too much of yourself to your employee and do not take too much of them either. Last, they are working for you. They are not the owners of your business. Nobody will put in as much effort as you would in your own business, and do not expect anybody you are paying salary to give their life to you. They are human beings too. So the next thing I also talked about was boundaries, creating strong boundaries between you and your employee, especially when and if you work from home. Also, let me know what mistakes you've made as an employer, or what mistake your boss have made as an employee that's made you have the ick. Okay. Finally, guys, also know that not everybody would align with you. Not every employee you want to take would actually want you. Okay, and that's totally fine. Some people are just not workable with, and some people you'll find. Just know that it's going to take a whole lot of trial and error process, and do not let your failed processes make you feel terrible or like a bad person, and let it not also stop you from keep trying to employ people. Employing people would help your business no matter how you want to see it. Whether you employ someone that will steal from you tomorrow or not, it would still help your business. Not the stealing aspect though, but like, do not get discouraged from employing people just because you don't want to deal with the excesses that come with employing people. Okay, like, employing people is so beneficial for your business and your growth. Don't you ever want to get to the point where you can leave your business comfortably while it's still functioning and travel just to unwind? So you have to start putting down those processes now, and it starts by developing so many of these things I talked about in this video. So be sure to inculcate these habits. I too am trying. This video is also for me, because like, with every person I experience, I'm learning something new. With every person I experience, I'm learning something new. But if I am not able to see where I am wrong too as an employer, I will not also be able to see how to be better. So always keep it on an even playing field. Do not just take it that your employees are always wrong just because you're paying them salary. Also find a way on how you can also make both your life and their life easier. If it's within your power, do it. Okay, there are no rule books to what you're supposed to be as a business owner or what you're not supposed to be as an employee or an employer, but you have the right, or you have the power to set the standard for yourself. What type of employer do you want to be? Who do you want to, what type of vibe do you want your employees to have of you? Okay, always be sure of these things before you set out to employ anybody, because in as much as you are also an employer, you are still yoking your spirit with their spirit. So you want people with good energy that would also help your business thrive. Also, one of the very, 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 very most important points that I almost forgot right now is understand the type of people you're employing based on your budget. Hey, should I say that again? Understand the type of people you're employing based on your budget. If you have a budget to employ a professional, go for a professional. They will save you a whole lot of time. However, if you're a small business owner like me that will just get manual job workers to try and mold them into being what you want, then it takes a whole lot of patience. Like, it takes a whole lot of patience. You need to be very patient with these people. You can't rush them. Their learning is slower than a professional and someone that understands their job description. Okay, but if that is where your pocket lies, employ, but know that you are going to have to tolerate a lot, and be open to tolerating that lot, because you cannot find gold without digging, right? So you have to dig into them, and most times these people won't even last. They may stay with you, learn one or two, and feel like they want to be on their own, and that's totally fine. If you've enjoyed this video so far, give this video a big thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button. Okay, I am this close to getting monetized, so help me please by watching this video to the very end, so that it's recommended to more people that actually needs this video. Okay, amazing talking to you today, and I hope you enjoyed my face and my video and my voice and everything about it. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.